5-minute trap. Five-minute trap. 5-minute trap.
Pandas. 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 Welcome, my pandas. It's good to be back. I can't tell you how pumped I am to be here with you guys. I can't believe we're back here again. It's good to be back with the Panda fam. Pandas, while you're gone, I want to know how you guys are trading. Let me know how you felt like you traded last week. It's good to be back, Pandas. What can I say? Good morning, Keto and Jenny Hoyos. Bernadette, good morning. Kevin Mack, Tom Ans, good morning. Good morning. I feel like I had more people here. Where'd the rest of you guys go? I saw Day Trading Like a Predator here as well. Not sure where their names went. Not sure where their chats went. Well, good morning, guys. It's good to be back. Thanks, guys. Thanks, guys. Yes, I had an amazing vacation. Today is Whiskey Wednesday. There's a lot of things going on right now. I'm back. It's good to be back, and I missed you guys so much. I had an excellent vacation, and it was relaxing. What can I say? I went to Maine for about a week, and I had a great time there. I had no idea I never truly ate lobster before. There is such a big difference from eating lobster in Maine and eating Maine lobster from somewhere else. There's a big difference. And I basically lobster almost every single day. It was amazing. Jordan the Atlas, where have you been? I know you had a vacation, but why no trading yesterday? Well, I was still on vacation. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to say. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is good to be back. There is a new coupon, BBM 80. Super professional doing this during stream. I know, super professional. Super professional just to move these around while you guys are all watching. But there it is. BBM 80, 80% off Apex. Hope you guys take advantage of that code. Corsi, hope you had a blast. Thank you. Yes, I did. It was amazing. I've never, I guess other than Florida, the Atlantic Ocean, it's just not the prettiest. I'm not gonna lie. Pacific Ocean, the West Coast has something on the East Coast with that Pacific Ocean. The Atlantic Ocean is not that pretty, but in Maine, I honestly haven't seen the Atlantic Ocean look that pretty. Hope you guys are doing amazing. Make sure you guys fill out that poll. Also, make sure you scalp that like button. We have a whiskey challenge at 300 likes. That means that if we get up to 300 likes, I'll sip on some whiskey to celebrate with y'all. And yeah, let's get to 300 likes. It'd be great if we can get there, especially because I just came back, so it's good to let others who watch the stream know, and that helps the YouTube algorithm push out this stream. So scalp that like button, helps out the stream a lot more than you think. We had a two-leggy here. I mean, terrible signal bar, but it is a two-leggy. A, B, C, right off the 20 MA. I'm not taking that trade, but it is a two-leggy there. Terrible signal bar. About 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points of risk right there with a terrible signal bar, but it is off the 20 MA. Context is good. Uptrend, right? What we have right now is a break of trend to new low. Now we're working on an uptrend, break of trend to new high. So this uptrend could be played out, especially if you look at the current market cycle. We are in a big range the entire, basically the overnight session. So what we got here is potential reversals going on up and down this trading range. I'm not sure how high this trading range should be really. Maybe here, right? These could be failed breakouts here. Failed breakdown, failed breakdown. Maybe even this right here. So failed breakout to failed breakdown, failed breakout, failed breakdown, breakdown again. Maybe failed breakout up here, somewhere in this area. But you know, the idea is if you get a trap trade such as the one you see here at the top of this trading range, right? So you got a two-leggy. What I mean by that is you have A, B, C, A, which means that second entry long that fails and comes down, reverses. That happened at 4 o'clock in the morning. It's not a trade. I'm not awake at that time, Eastern time. But that is the setup right there. That's what you're looking for. BRS, did I trade on vacation? Not really. Not really. Just try to relax. Just try to relax. So I might be a little rusty right now, to be honest. We do have news today. Thanks for the heads up, Kamau. We have FOMC meeting minutes, and that's going to happen at 2 o'clock. It is Wednesday. And again, this is why I do... well, we do have JOLTS, job openings, and also FOMC meeting. The FOMC is probably going to be more impactful, to be honest. And that's at 2 p.m. Eastern time. But if you are... trading around that time, make sure you're just aware that you're gonna have a crazy volatility spike. Whatever your trade you're in may get busted. But we do have Whiskey Wednesday, so today it might be slow. This might be why we're seeing this trading range right now, and it might be in this trading range for a while. Hopefully we can take advantage of it, knowing that we have FOMC and we might be in trading range today, and maybe we can take advantage of that, knowing the market cycle we're in, that we can come up and down this trading range. Let's see if we can get it though. I want to see if this trading range is marked on a higher time frame. So the 10,000 tick chart, it just started a trading range right here in this area. What's my 5-minute look like? The 5-minute actually is containing that trading range for most of the night. Big trading range on the 5-minute chart. Let's look at the daily chart. Something interesting happening here. What we have here is actually a two-legged pullback. A, B, C. Just a beautiful two-leggy off the 20 MA, making a move down. Alright? So we're continuing this downtrend. But here we actually have a failed second entry short, and it reverses. And man, did we go below here again? No, we didn't. Okay, very interesting. This second entry long. So imagine you entered long here for a failed second entry short. You're still in this trade because your stop will be below here, and so that means we're still in this reversal. You actually do pop up higher, reverses down, and pop up higher again. So it's hard to say, but we're still beneath the 20 MA. But from the looks of it, we're still in this reversal setup. Like we still haven't. If we broke below this low here, then the reversal downtrend I think would continue. But we haven't broken below here, and so this pivot low, and we are still kind of, that means the reason why, we're still in an uptrend is because the people who are in this long trade would have their stop loss right here, but never gets triggered. It actually pushes higher, back up, continuing and getting at least a scalp on this 3 here. Fails like entry short, and now we're trying to maybe reverse here and break up, but as long as we're underneath the 20 MA, it's hard to say. You know, like it's even if I saw this on the 2000 tick chart, I wouldn't trade this, you know, because we're underneath that 20 MA, making it very difficult to go long on that that trap. Interesting. Market just opened, pandas. Let's get that bamboo. Ooh, I gotta change that. Top of this trading range, and we got a lower high, second entry short here, but the 20 MA is blocking it, making it difficult to go short right there. Having a strong push up now, creating a wedge, some sort of wedge top here. Would I go short here? Meh, I'll hold, I'll wait for the trap, or at least a lower high second entry. Now we have that breaker trend to new high, spike in channel setup. Setting up here. Spiking channel might look something like this. Spiking channel, maybe something like that. I'm looking for a short trade because we have the trading range, and as long as we're in this kind of trading range, I will expect to bounce off the top. Like, it's hard for me to go long at the top of this trading range. Currently looking for a short trade, but I need the setup to get. I need the setup to come to me. Pandas, make sure you guys scalp that like button. Getting a strong push up, breaking out of this channel now, pushing strongly up. We could have a breakout here, but I mean, we're still kind of in the gravitational pull here. Plus top of this channel here. It does look like an uptrend currently. Pandas, hope you guys are doing well. Seems like a lot of you guys are struggling while I was gone. A lot of you guys putting 1 to 3, 4 to 6. You know, I always like to ask myself, you know, if you feel like you're trading a 1 to 3, what can you do to trade like a 4 to 6? Or if you're trading like 4 to 6, how can you get to the 7 to 9 level, which I feel like where we all want to be. Michael B asks, does FOMC later today impact your trading in the session? Yeah, it could. A lot of times there's a low volatility until the big announcement because people are waiting basically what to do. And so what can you do? You know, like sometimes it does a trend. Most of the time it does a trading range until the news comes out. And once the news comes out, if it's been like a strong trading range the entire day, I don't know. Sometimes it's just wacky. You know, at the end it's just price action, but you know, at 2 o'clock, basically, the volatility will just increase like crazy, like double almost. But right now we have some movement, so it's not like Nothing's happening here, so you see a break of trend to new high here, and this uptrend is pretty strong right now. Still clearly above the 20 MA. Am I looking for a reversal setup? Sure. If I get a trap here, I'll take it. Mostly because I think, you know, we're not going to be trending this morning. Course says I'm a 4 to 6, and I think I always have one losing trade, and it's often a huge stop loss on the losing trade. And if I can avoid that, my trading will be much better. Well, maybe. Even for that, I think that's, you know, thanks for letting us know. But I think if that happens, then if you're in a trade with a big stop loss, try to take a retracement. Try to get into a retracement and try to reduce that that risk with the retracement. If you like the setup, right? If you have a good setup, but you're like, man, this risk is too big. Try to get a deep enough retracement where you only risk you know, the amount that you typically risk. You know, for me, I don't like to risk any more than 4 points. You know, I usually like to risk 3 points, but if it's up to 4 points, you know, that's kind of my max. And so I try to get a deep enough retracement, so I'm only risking 3 points if I really like it, but the risk is big. I'll risk 4 points. Now we're breaking beneath the 20 MA, coming back into our trading range here. Would I like a lower high setup here? You know, we have the inside, right, OII pattern here, and it breaks down on this OII. I don't have a setup though. You know, this has been actually one leg down, but this little consolidation here on a smaller time frame is most likely a two-legged pullback. Right? Most likely in here there was some sort of two-legged pullback on a smaller time frame. Maybe on the 400 tick. We do have a two-leggy here. Not that I don't like this one, because it's not how, you know, it's not what we're looking for. A, B, C, A, second entry short. What I'll need is a fail second entry long. That's the setup we're looking for right now. If we break above this bar, I may be enticed to go short here. So we do trigger the second entry short here, and it gives you a 2-point scalp. But you know, it's not a trade that I like. And even if it is a second entry short, lower high second entry short, the two-legged pullback, the shape is wrong, right? I mean, it is technically a two-legged pullback, right? A, B, C, two legs up, but typically they're not this big. Nor does one leg go above it and the other leg go like below it. That makes it confusing. Above the 20 MA. Big push down, no entries for us. So I was looking for that trap trade to enter here, probably something like down here, but the trap trade never came, and so sitting on my pause. I got no setups. I wanted a trap trade in this area, but we never had a break above a previous candle's high, right? Making it so we never can get a trap. We could get a trap here now, but now the bars look terrible, right? And our risk is large. If we get a 3 off here, I would consider it. Give me a good signal bar, but I need enough room to this pivot here to enter. Like, if it basically retraces this bar, it starts to look like a trading range and makes it very difficult to trade. Right here, this is very difficult to enter in. Right, because basically this is a full retracement. It did an outside bar reversal, so it makes it very difficult to enter that trade because it's basically 3 bars stacked now. And now we're gonna have a trade. Now it looks like we're having a trading range here. Getting choppy, so difficult to enter when you have a retracement like that. Notice how we're hovering basically around the previous day's close, because I think the market just doesn't know what it's going to happen today. So we're just hovering around here until we figure out which direction we want to go. We do have another push down here that is more enticing, right? Basically a micro double top now to go short, continue this downtrend. But for me, it's just not enough room to the bottom of this small trading range, and it makes it difficult for me to enter short there. Right? We get 3 bars stacked like this, right? When you have choppy bars like this, 1, 2, 3 overlapping bars, then you can at least be aware that we may start being, start coming into a trading range here. If we get a failed breakout, I'll enter short here, but I need an actual breakout here. I can't just enter short on these bars. I need to have like an attempt to break out and then reverse, and I'll probably go short here, if anything, right? If we have this small trading range here, I need to break out, failed breakout, to come back into our trading range. That's the trade I'm looking for right now. But notice, pandas, if you did enter short here, you're still actually in this trade. Your stop loss would be above this bar, so you're actually in this trade somehow. It's not a trade I like, but I'd be very disappointed at this point. Getting a 2-leggy now, coming off the 20 MA. A, B, C, potential 2-leggy here. You may consider this, some sort of breaker trend to new low, maybe. I'm really just thinking about this right here, this box, and how if we break out, I want to come back into this box. But right now we're just trading within it, and it's making it very difficult. No setups for me in all of that, unfortunately. Right, we couldn't break above the previous candle's high to at least give us a second entry short. Does this weird thing here. Very strange. It is a hidden second entry short though. Right, you have an A, B, but never breaks above the previous candle's high, but still makes a direction. Right, the shape of it. Major Dave saying, getting to 7-9. I watched Al Brooks videos this weekend. When you watch Al Brooks videos, you start to feel like you completely, like it's like the Matrix. You just completely understand the market after watching the videos. It just makes you feel that way because it's so simple. Like it's so straightforward. I think like it's so much common sense when he speaks. And he has this thing called always in long, which Major Dave is talking about, where you enter a strong bull candle and you're just assuming there'll be follow through. Right now it's hard to know what the trend is here, and I just had a lot of choppiness. We had a failed breakdown, comes back up into the small trading range marked by the trading range indicator. But yeah, always in long. I do that off stream. Actually, I do enter in always in long trades. I enter trades, some swing trades that typically don't show on stream, or try to do on stream. Like on stream, I try to do only one single setup with you guys, because of the confusion multiple setups can cause. But in my opinion, if we can master, if you can master one trade, then I think that's a good place to start. The problem is when you master one trade, it's a lot more. You're asking for a lot more than you think, because that means you're basically coming to a point where you understand the market context, which allows you to trade a lot of different setups. Context is the most important thing. So that's why even though it's like one setup, it could take a while to learn, because you gotta learn the context. Pandas, if we get to 300 likes, I'll celebrate with some whiskey. Make sure you guys scalp that like button. Helps out a lot. I feel like this is first break of trend. We're trying to come back into our small trading range here. If we get a break above a previous candle's high and we get a lower high setup, I'll enter short here. That's what I'm thinking. There it is. That's what I was looking for. There is a coupon right now, BBM 80. Gives you 80% off Apex accounts. So there we got our setup. You know, I wanted a lower high, but ends up being an inside bar instead and pushes lower. Coming back into our trading range, marked by the trading range indicator. And notice that this trading range is right in the middle of it is the previous day's close, right? Showing you that market's confused. Now we're respecting the larger trading range here. Kellyanne, good morning, welcome back. Tom Reddington, you know, I was thinking about that quote. Don't fear the man who knows 100 kicks. Fear the man who knows one kick, who does one kick 100 times. Something like along those lines, you know what I mean? That's exactly what we're doing here. Lower high setup. Most likely will give you a scalp if it breaks below it. Most likely. But I'm sitting on my pause here, right? Because we're getting another push down here. Strong push down, taking follow through. It's a two-leggy. The question is this trading range going to be respected and we come back into it, right? We already had break a trend to new low now. You know, if this was any trend at all, this would be break a trend to new low. We could even consider some sort of spike in channel here, break a trend to new low, right? And so we could be looking for a reversal setup. So that means we do not look for the second entry short here. We're looking for is a failed second entry short to go long. That's the idea right now, especially in this current market cycle. But you're also considering maybe this trading range, it might want to come back to the bottom of this trading range that we've been in basically since yesterday. Syed asks, have we ever made the whiskey challenge? The last time we made the whiskey challenge, it was when it was set to 250. So this is why we're at 300 now, because we hit the 250 one before. Tom Ray says, did you see the scam alert? No, I didn't. As far as I'm concerned, Apex is great. Fail second entry short, possibly here. Hard to go long because we're underneath the 20 EMA, but this is the setup you want to go long in, and it does give you a nice little scalp. I was thinking about coming to the retracement there, but didn't have no time to count. Couldn't count the risk there. But that is the setup we're looking for, right? We don't look for the second entry short here. We look for the failure. Second entry short failure. And now pushed up higher. We're actually technically in an uptrend. A strong bull bar ending on its high, but no follow through. So, might reverse here. Pushing strongly now. That'd been a nice little scalp right there. But now that that failed, this reversal failed, we make it a strong push down. Especially on the 10,000 tick chart, we have a failed second entry long. Just triggered. Right, failed second entry long. You have a B, C, right? Second entry long, failure, right? Doesn't go above this pivot high, right? Doesn't continue this uptrend, instead reverses. So on 10,000 tick chart, we are currently actually right, triggering that second entry short. Or sorry, the failed second entry long. But that failed second entry long looks like it's failing on the 10,000 tick chart, which is very typical on choppy days where, you know, reversals fail, everything fails basically. Like continuations fail, reversals will fail on the higher time frames. Hasn't failed yet, but very close. About 2 ticks away from failing that. Big push down. Market's confused. I feel like it has another push down, but who knows? Who knows here? You have another inside bar. So many inside bars so far, right? Showing the choppiness of today, right? It's an inside bar. Inside bar means that the range of the current bar, or a range of a bar, is engulfed in the range of the previous bar. So it's an inside bar here, inside bar here, inside bar here, right? OII pattern there. Inside bar here, breaks below it, giving a slower high setup here, right? Actually continuing that 10,000 tick reversal. So 10,000 tick almost fails, but now it's going back down. I'm looking for a short trade now, if I can get one. But I'm not sure if the market's going to be kind enough to give me a short trade here. If we get a failed second entry long here, I'll be interested in going short. Alright, we get break a trend, new low, another no. Very interesting, very confused market right there. Big push up. We may get a failed second entry long here. I'll be interested in going short, actually, here. Yep, there's news at 10. This is huge risk now, so hard for me to take this trade, right? We're talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points of risk. If I were going to take this trade, I would have to take a deep retracement, maybe up. Well, not right now, but if we do trigger here, I need a retracement probably up to here, this area, and I'll be willing to risk 3 points right there. I don't mind risking 3 points. Creating another inside bar, right? OI pattern, inside bar here, inside bar here. So I would take a deeper retracement here. Probably, you know, 3-point risk is right here. In this trade, 3-point risk might get me. But with that retracement, I don't mind taking that trade because the fact that we're in a downtrend on the higher time frame with that trap triggering, I don't mind taking this trade here. But trading range, so maybe it might just get me. Looking for 2 points below here, then actually our target will be around this area. Ooh, I don't like this. I don't like the looks of this. Getting really choppy here. I'm gonna skunk this trade if I can even skunk it at this point. It might get me here. Ooh, if it comes back down, I'm gonna stay in this trade. I'll take 3-point stop loss. Alright, got hit. Too choppy. I took that retracement thinking, you know, if we broke below that low, probably had a strong push down, but getting really choppy right there. So what can you do? You know, the chop happens after I see this trigger retracement, and it's 3 points. I'll take it. I'll take it for the chance of swinging it down to maybe the bottom here. It's too choppy now, and this trigger, it might actually go my direction now. Stop me out by, like, you know, basically 2 ticks goes my direction. Unfortunately, pandas. One of those choppy days. It's like one of those days you kind of just sit on your paws for a long period of time. So many inside bars. Very hard to trade that. Strong bull bar ending on its high. We have news in about 5 minutes. I thought we were going to have a much stronger push down, pandas, because I saw that we triggered this reversal, right? Failed second entry long. So on the 10,000 tick chart, A, B, C, right? Failed second entry long, and it triggers this reversal setup, thinking we will have a strong push down beneath the 20 MA. But, you know, the market cycle obviously is a trading range at the moment. So maybe a bit silly to have gone short there. Unfortunate. It's all good though. You know, I reduced my risk by, you know, if I took that original risk, it would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5 points. But I reduced it down to 3 points, which is why I just decided to stay in the trade, because I don't mind 3-point risk. And also saw this trading range that we were in on the 2000 tick chart, this blue box, thinking we can come from the top failed breakout back to the bottom of the trading range, but missing the bottom of the trading range and actually reversing a little early here, seems like. I guess, I don't know, it's a little difficult to know exactly where, but it's either here or here, in my opinion, this trading range. Coming back to yesterday's close, it might be one of those days we might just do this for the rest of the day. It's not PMI. Right now there's like JOLTS opening, job openings, something like that. But it does start at 10. But look at this chop. Look at this chop here. Look at this chop. I did try to, you know, maybe it was a bit silly to try to go short there. I was just trying to find some confluence with the 10,000 tick chart. Pushing higher here. This is a kind of a pretty strong pivot right here. Could double top right here and come back down. But first trade coming back, start with an L. Just one of those days, so choppy. Make sure you guys scalp that like button. Gotta make up some bamboo some way. Market or news is about to trigger in about 30 seconds. I really don't know if that news will have high impact. It could. But I think the FOMC announcement happening at 2 p.m. today will be bigger news we gotta wait for. Okay, news does trigger, does push it down pretty hard. Still above the 20 EMA though. I'm gonna try to respect this trading range that I see. I will try to make a trade off of it if I can, lower high setup, something like that. It's apparent to me that we're in a trading range, and the magnet basically is, in my opinion, the previous day's close. Right? We can't trade too far away from it. We come back to it every single time. We try to break below it, come back to it. I get no entry here. I would have a lower high second entry short if this does trigger one tick above this candle's high, but it never does so. Never gives me a setup here. It's kind of frustrating. I would like a setup, even though, like, I see the context, but I need my setup. Strong push down. Back to the bottom of our 2000 tick trading range here. Just gonna use that one. As I mentioned, this pivot was a pretty strong pivot, potentially making a double top here, which is what happened. Double top. So that news basically, I mean, gives us some volatility, but doesn't really do much. Higher low, second entry long. Could come back to the top of this trading range. I don't know. Hard for me to enter either way here. I mean, huge risk if you're going to enter this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points of risk. Large risk here as well. I'll try to go short again if it does trigger. But I will need a retracement here because the risk is too large. Don't want to take that. If that's a failed trap, I don't want to take that trade. It's actually trapped to the upside. Maybe come back to the top of the trading range here. Ooh, 1, 2, 3 failures to break down. It's a little confusing for me here. Does give us a nice scalp to the upside here. Back to yesterday's close. Just confusing. A little confusing, right? 1, 2, 3 failures. Reversal. For me, I don't like it when we have a strong move down and we have a, basically a triangle. Most of the time, this triangle will continue the original trend. So it's hard for me to, that's what makes trading ranges so confusing. Because if anything, we're looking for break of trend to new low. But the problem is with the trading range is that there's another force here that basically opposes what you typically see. And so that's why trading ranges are difficult, because you have a trend or something that starts to look like it's about to trend, and then it just immediately reverses. And then when you try to trade the trading range, sometimes you'll have a failed breakout, and then it'll stop you out, then go back into the trading range. So it's like trading ranges are very difficult, because it's always a mix between the trends. It's like two trends trying to fight each other. Charles Wilson just passed 3 eval counts. Let's go, baby. Baby. Congratulations. Helps out a lot if you guys scalp that like button. Let's get to 300 likes today if possible. Do I want to continue this trading range? Should I go short near the top of it? Probably looking at those micro trend lines now. Right, break a trend to new high. Big push up, strong bull bars, 2 strong bull bars in a row. Ending near the high, ending on its high, near its high, near the top of the trading range. So now you're thinking, is this going to break out? It's hard to say because we've been in trading range for so long. You know, are we going to bet that we're going to come back into this trading range, or we're going to bet that this breakout is going to be successful? It's about 50-50 in my opinion here. So now the market's confused. Right now we're creating an inside bar. The market wants to know, it's trying to fight, or didn't create the inside bar actually, but I mean it's basically creating this trading range. Pushes higher here, so the some people try to trade here thinking the risk is worth this risk here to maybe come back to the bottom of the trading range. But we're pushing higher now, and those who entered short here got stopped out, creating this trap here. Big push up, strong bull bars ending on their high. Always in long, right? You'll just buy here. Right? Basically always in long, you just buy for any reason. Looks like this breakout might be successful here. Hard to say though, I still don't know. But looks like the breakout's successful from what it seems. Inside bar, right? OI pattern here. Creating inside bar. Can't trade here, no setups for us. Way overextended, can't go long. Right, creating inside bars, now they're overlapping, making confusion. But you have a strong move up like this, and if you think if you break above it, you might have another continuation. We could look for a second entry short, but at this point, if you get a second entry short off the 20 MA, I don't know. Difficult. If he comes back all the way down here, then the shape starts to look really bearish. Just choppy again. And it might be like this until FOMC. I lost one trade and I'm happy. I'm fine with that because honestly, a day like this with all these traps could be way worse. Could be way worse. You get a two-leggy here. A, B, C. Two-leggy. Floating in the middle of nowhere. There is a two-legged pullback. It is floating in the middle of nowhere. I don't know if I can even make a trend line here. A reasonable one. Maybe. Maybe. Off the 20 MA here. Off this trend line. What I don't like is the fact that if I copy this trend line, we have an overshoot. Oftentimes leads to an undershoot. Right? Market likes symmetry. So there's an overshoot, then typically there's an undershoot. At the end, it's all about math, though. The reason why that happens. Toadman, welcome back. Appreciate it. It's good to be back. I miss this so much, you know. Even though I'm red today, even though I'm a red panda, doesn't matter. I've missed this. Make sure you guys scalp that like button. We're almost to 100 likes. Third of the way there. Do I want to trade if fail second entry long here? Sure, why not? Whatever gets me back to that previous day's close, I'll take. Second entry long here. I'll take a trap trade here if we get it. Has to be appropriate risk though, and it can't. The bar can't look like this. We can consider his first break a trend, maybe leading to a higher, new high. Oof, need a deep retracement here. Need another deep retracement because the risk is way too large here. This will make it a 3-point retracement here. The risk is pretty large here. But I like the setup to come back to the previous day's close. Unfortunately, I'm not taking that trade anymore. It already makes a scalp. I want a deeper retracement because this risk was huge. I'm talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, almost 6 points of risk right there. Risk is too large for me. I like the context. Right, with the fail second entry long coming right overshoot to undershoot, basically 10,000 tick chart. Trading range is still intact. The 10,000 tick. Oh, the 5-minute chart. This is the 5-minute is so ugly. I mean this is untradeable price action on the 5-minute right now. This is what it looks like, and there's a big trading range on the 5-minute chart. Ah, that is horrific. Big move down ends up being a nice reversal setup here, but 6 points risk. It's too much for me. 6-point risk on that one trade. If I were to take it, that's too much. It's too rich for my blood. And that's a problem with choppy days, because choppy days often create large risk because the bars themselves end up becoming very choppy. So you have like huge bars sometimes in like just overlapping each other. It's frustrating. You know, good setup, but big risk. Hard for me to take that. I actually heard you guys were talking about Vinny and Algobox. He said something about me. I don't know exact context or what it is, but I think he called me crazy. It was so ironic because I feel like he is the crazy one. From what I've heard, he acts a bit strange. Big move down. Do I want a two-leggy here? Hard to say because we're at the bottom of the trading range on the 10,000 tick chart. So we have the 10,000 tick trading range here, also on the 5-minute big range. We might come back to the bottom of the 5-minute chart trading range indicator. Another push down. Could be a strong push down here. I wouldn't be surprised. Do I want a two-leggy is the question on 2,000 tick chart. Is this the trade I want? Yes, I want it. If he gives me a two-legged pullback here, I'll take it. Just because I feel like this is the beginning of a trend. But again, that's why trading ranges are very confusing, because it's going to make you think it's starting to trend and it's going to get you. But I'll take a two-leggy here, thinking we have a push down and looking for another push down. It's actually a lower high second entry short. We're not actually close to the 20 EMA, which makes this a risky trade. The reason being is because any of these kind of key areas, like the 20 EMA or even the previous day's close, these act as magnets. And so even though we might tick below, you know, to trigger an entry, it might come back. The magnet might suck it back up. So, it makes it hard. I want to enter this basically because of FOMO. Do not copy my trades. Do not copy my trades. This is far away from 20 May. This is a risky trade. Do not copy. I'm willing to risk 3 points here, though. There's 3-point risk here, and I don't mind this risk. But do not copy my trades. You can almost... Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Still a little bit red, but I took that scalp. Your thinking is going to make a new low here. So I was thinking about maybe swinging that, but I'm just going to sit on my pause. We have a trap trade here. Do I want to continue this downtrend? I actually don't know. I don't know what's going to happen here. I'm going to skip this one because I just don't know what's going to happen. But looks like a failed trap here, potentially. Yep, failed trap. Right, you just got stopped out if you took that trap. Potential another second entry short here. Maybe I'll take it to come back into our trading range here. And man, oh man, oh man. Just bouncing off the bottom here, though. Do I want to take this second entry short? Give me a 1 in the chat if you're going to take a second entry short here. Give me a 2 if you're going to skip it. Give me a 3 if you're going to trade a reversal. Does trigger a second entry short. It's hard for me to take this, but... Man. Yeah, it's just hard. A, B, C, second entry, right? 2-legged pullback, 2 pushes up here, and triggers a Pikachu trade. And Successful scalp. Unfortunately, I didn't enter that trade. I was a little too scared. A little too scared. Just because I know what market cycle we're in, and basically every trade right now, I'm a little hesitant because of the market cycle. We are in a trading range market cycle, so this makes me feel like anytime we're near the bottom here, it's hard for me to go short, especially on FOMC day. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for subscribing. Yeah, with the doji as well. But I like the fact that we have this trading range here now, and we probably come back to the bottom of it, right? Make a failed breakout, maybe come back to the bottom of the trading range. That's what I'm thinking. That's why I kind of like that trade, but hard is just hard. That's a little tricky, mostly because of the market cycle we're in. It does actually. This is a fail second entry short here. Not that I'm interested in this either, actually. But that's a fail second entry short. Amazing. The 20 EMA. Fail second entry short. Right into it. It's not the right... We're not in the right spot to trade a reversal right there. The lower high second entry short right now. And problem is the risk is large and it's overlapping. Right, overlapping the previous. This makes an outside bar here. It's amazing. It's not my trade, not my setup here. It's not my setup. Getting tricky, getting very tricky now. We have 1, 2, currently 3 attempts to push down. This could be a strong push down. The reason why I'm not going long here because we're underneath the 20 MA and the 20 MA is looking like it's acting as a type of resistance. You can see with the price action, the 20 MA is acting as resistance here, but we also have this trading range. So going long here it's not enough room. It's not enough room to the top of that trading range. This blue box here I created. There's a trading range created here as well, and there will be enough room to get up here, but I'm trying to look at the price action with this blue box right now. One, two, 3 attempts to go down. 3 attempts to go down. It's failing. It's just too choppy though, in my opinion. Nice push up there. Comes back to the top of the trading range on the 2000 tick chart. Yeah, you know, beneath the 20 MA, it's hard for me to go long there. It really is. Day trading like a predator. See you later. Thanks for joining the stream. Thanks everyone for joining the stream. Syed as, what is a movie you want to watch? I kind of want to watch, you know, I still haven't finished Stranger Things. I was on vacation when it came out, the rest of the season, and I'm really excited. I want to finish that. Movie-wise, Top Gun was probably like my #1 recommended one to watch. I watched it already. I watched it in Dolby Surround. It's amazing. I would say if you want to watch that movie, watch it in theaters. It's one of those movies you gotta watch in theaters. It will not be the same if I watch that on my phone or in my home, even on the TV. I'm not sure what's going on with these guys, but do I have children in this show right now? No, no. This has become a kids program. Just joking. Movie I want to watch. Still haven't seen Doctor Strange, the multiverse one. I'm not sure what's going on here, pandas. I mean, we could draw our short-term trend lines, and it could be like this: break a trend to new high, and we could look for a reversal here, coming back into our trading range. I don't know. Hard to say what's happening here. You know, typically when I say it's hard to say, I just sit on my pause. Right now in television, Stranger Things stepped it back up. I think it's worth watching this season. And Better Call Saul. I am so excited for that series to finish. It is so good. It is just... If you haven't watched Better Call Saul, I feel like... I mean, obviously you have to watch Breaking Bad first. But... man... I guess you don't have to watch Breaking Bad. It'll help out a lot. But, man, it's just so good. Better Call Saul. Richard Harris asks, how many times have I watched Kung Fu Panda? I've never watched it. You can't watch a movie that you are living. Push high. Higher push. I would say we have a two-leggy here. Do I want to take a fail second entry short here? I don't even know. I really don't even know. At this point, it's hard to say what's happening here. In my opinion, I feel like it's going to come back down, right? We have a break of trend to new high. I'm not going to take the second entry short here, but maybe a fail second entry long. That'll be my setup, but hard to say. Or a lower high setup. I'm not going to, I don't feel comfortable taking this long because I don't think we're in any type of trend today. So if you take this long here, you're banking on the trend going to be established here. And it's not what I'm thinking. Large risk now. If you take this 1, 2, 3, 4, almost 5 points of risk, pretty much. If you're gonna take that trade, maybe you could take it with a retracement. But notice again, pandas, where are we? We're back at previous day's close because the market is confused. That means on the daily chart we're creating a big doji bar, right? Just a doji bar right now on the daily. We do break above here to create that trap. Fails like entry short. I almost want to go short here if this fails, thinking we'll come back down here, but we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. This is a fail second short, and notice that the fail second short basically bounces off the 20 MA here. I almost want to go short here, but it's too confusing. It's too confusing. I don't like typically go short when we're above the 20 MA, but on a trading range day, if there's enough room back to the 20 MA, I may take the short. All right. Enough about this Vinny guy. It's just no reason to talk about this guy. He's a complete loser. So just don't talk about him, please. Moving on, Atris. If you mention him again, I'll just put you in timeout. I like you, but I don't want you to talk about Vinny. Big bars now, right? big risk. That's what this choppiness ends up happening, causing, right? Large risk. What do I think is going to happen on daily chart? Man, this difficult. I mean, when you look at the daily chart, you got a two-leggy here coming off the 20 MA. You do have a trap triggering beneath the 20 MA, and technically you're still in this uptrend because with a failed second entry short here, you try to push higher with this 3 and this 3. Basically, you're still in this trade because you never broke below this pivot, right? If you enter this trade long here, your stop loss is below here, and lo and behold, we're back up here. We try to push down, but we're back up here, and we could actually push higher. So this is kind of looking bullish, but we're beneath the 20 MA, so it's hard to say. It's just really hard to say here. The market is doing a good job confusing everyone right now, but I wouldn't be surprised if we have a very strong push up, especially if we break above previous candle's high here. If we break yesterday's high, I think we could have a potential strong push up, at least to the top of this channel. So as expected, FOMC day, we just don't have clear, clean movement. Very choppy, very difficult to trade. Big push up, but trading range still choppy, right? But clearly above the 20 MA, right? 20 MA is acting as a support right now. Hard to trade this. It's still a limit order market, which makes this very difficult to trade, right? You can tell it's a limit order because when you see this choppiness, this can only be caused by limit orders. Right here, there might be a stop order to come back down here, but right now this is a limit order market. People buying the bottom here. Not necessarily people buying here, because everyone's always buying and selling, and every trade there's a buyer and seller. But the buyers are so strong here, right? There's enough buyers, right, to just reverse off on a dime on a strong bear bar like that. Right, limit order market, that's what we're in right now. It is a limit order market that is going upwards, but it's a limit order market. Limit order markets are difficult to trade because you just don't know where are you gonna put this, where are you gonna put your limit order, where are you gonna put your stop. You kind of have to intuit a lot of those things. But if you're going to place, bank on this uptrend, your limit order will be somewhere here, maybe off the 20 MA. Your stop loss might be 3 or 4 points below it. But notice we're just coming right back to previous day's close, showing the confusion in the market today. Doesn't know where it wants to go until FOMC. That's what I'm thinking. So very choppy, very confusing. Don't know what to do here. Amazingly, these people who traded this, right, 2 times risk reward, got it. Maybe they thought it was worth it, right, taking the 2 times risk reward here on that trade. Small risk, right, big reward. Probability, maybe 40%. But man, I can't tell you how good it is to be back, pandas. Lower high setup potentially here, but it's not a setup I can trade at all. I mean, it's so choppy. I don't know what's happening here. Sorry, taking a bite of some food. Put it on. Gonna be on mute for a little bit. Absolute chop, so nothing to do here. I don't want to, but I'm gonna do it. I don't want to, but I'm doing it. Push on here in this trade. Risk is a little more than 3 points. I'll take this trade. I'm on tilt. I'm on tilt. I'm on tilt. Too choppy. Outside bar. Saw a chance for maybe a small breakdown here. But too choppy gets me. Comes back to yesterday's close. It is what it is. Yep. No, it was. I know. I know it was super choppy. I knew it was. I knew it was choppy. It is what it is, though. Probably just not trade for the rest of the stream. I'm down 200, but it's all good, pandas. We'll make it back up. Stops me out. Doesn't even break a previous candle's high. Goes my way. It is what it is, pandas. Sam Durr with his alien language. I have no idea what he's saying. I don't know if you're like misplaced your hands when you're typing, but oh, Corsi. Wow. This is actual language. Corsi and Sam Durr are going back and forth, and they are killing. I thought, I saw that 3 in the one of the words, and I thought, he didn't know. This was a made up language. I didn't know. If we're talking Algerian, then it is what it is. I don't know how Sam Durr and Corsi knew that they both could speak Algerian, but I just didn't know. When I saw that 3 in the Balak tab 30 or whatever, I thought he just mistyped. But he is really saying stuff. Corsi, give us a small translation. Let's go, baby. Any sort of translation. Hey, choppy market. Just trying to take what the market gives me. It's a difficult day to trade. Look at this. When you got a stream, sometimes you take these entries. I took this trap thinking potential big move down, but a lot of chop here. Probably should just stayed away. Also bottom of the trading range. The trading range indicator making it possible to come back to the top of the trading range. So I trade worse on days like this. I'm not gonna lie. Trading range days are difficult for me, for a lot of people. But after FOMC announcement at 2 o'clock, things might change. But music title. I don't know. Music title. Let me see. I'll do it for you. Music title is Flitz and Soup X Mr. Kafir. Mojina's Ramen Shop. That was the name of that song. Sam there says stick to second entries near key entry points. I don't know. Fade the breakouts. I see no strategy here, to be frank. What can I say? I mean, you try to stick to the plan, but you know, rarely is the market perfect. Doesn't give it to you perfectly, and you know, when you have like a short time to trade, trading range days like this, sometimes you take bad entries. You know, I hope you know, reasonable people can understand that, where you know, you have a day that looks like this, and you know, when you look at the 5 minute, it looks like this, and you try to create some entries for some content here, and you have certain entries that, you know, are not perfect, but you want to take because you think the risk is worth it. But I think you know, even this one, you're talking about off a key area, you know, it is pretty much off the 20 MA, breaking down multiple failures, but this is more likely a trading range than a trend here. So I understand that was a risky trade. I understand even this trade that I made money was a risky trade. But my risk is very, very defined, you know, with about 3 points. So for the potential gaining, I understand it's trading range. It's difficult. No excuses, really. You know, when you mess up, you mess up. But I hope reasonable people can understand that it's like sometimes it's difficult to trade days like this, and you'll take bad entries, especially when you feel like you know, you gotta take some trades while you're on stream. But FOMC days are like this, so it is what it is. But I would say be careful at 2 p.m. Eastern time. There will be an announcement, FOMC minutes, and that might make the market go a little crazy. Cody M asks, Panda, have you thought about widening your stops and averaging down during trading ranges? Not right now. Not right now. I have done that, but I'm not doing that right now. Corsi is talking about this entry here. He's saying this, he believes, was the only good entry. Yeah. I think this entry is not bad either, right? Thinking of this trading range, failed breakout. But just the signal bar was so bad. Here, risk was too large. Could not enter this trade. Unless you're looking for a really big reward, then maybe it's worth it. But, yeah, to me, the risk was too large. I tried to come in with a retracement here, but it made the 2 points and I just got rid of it. So, do I trade the FOMC? I do. Depends though. Depends. The setup has to be very good, and I'll trade the FOMC. Alright, Pandas, I'll see you guys tomorrow. It's good to be back, and I'll be trading, streaming daily now. So hopefully you guys can subscribe if you guys are new. And I'll be on every single day, 9:15 for the mainstream, 9 o'clock for the pre-market show. For anyone who is like wondering, oh, is Panda profitable? You know, all these questions are answered in the pre-market show because I show all my accounts. I go over all my off-stream trades. And so anyone who is wondering those things, you know, there's a reason why we have memberships. It's for access to the pre-market show. So if you guys are, you know, wanting to follow my journey a little more closely, then you guys can become members and join the pre-market show every single day, 9 o'clock. So Pandas, I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow, and it's good to be back. Even though we have an L today, it's not that bad. It's about 4 points of red, but it's all good. We can make that up with 2 trades. I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow, and yeah, Pandas, as always, happy trading. God bless.